الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم عما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون كلا سيعلمون ثم كلا سيعلمون ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا وجعلنا نومكم سباتا وجعلنا الليل لباسا وجعلنا النهار معاشا وبنينا فوقكم سبعا شدادا وجعلنا سراجا وهاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا يوم ينفخ في الصور فتأتون أفواجا وفتحت السماء فكانت أبوابا وسيرت الجبال فكانت سرابا إن جهنم كانت مرصادا للطاغين مآبا لابثين فيها أحقابا لا يذوقون فيها بردا ولا شرابا إلا حميما وغساقا جزاء وفاقا إنهم كانوا لا يرجون حسابا وكذبوا بآياتنا كذابا وكل شيء أحصيناه كتابا فذوقوا فلن نزيدكم إلا عذابا إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعنابا وكواعب أترابا وكأسا دهاقا لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا إلا جزاء من ربك عطاء حسابا رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما الرحمن لا يملكون منه خطابا يوم يقوم الروح والملائكة صفا لا يتكلمون إلا من أذن له الرحمن وقال صوابا ذلك اليوم الحق فمن شاء اتخذ إلى ربه مآبا إنا أمرناكم عذابا قريبا يوم ينظر المرء ما قدمت يداه ويقول الكافر يا ليتني كنت ترابا صدق الله العظيم.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much to our busy bees for reciting to us Surah Naba. MashaAllah is an example of something that they have been working on through the entire year. And you see, MashaAllah, the fruits of their labors. Welcome to our mothers and fathers. For those of you who are returning families to the Rahmah Foundation programs, welcome. And to those of you who are new to our group as well, welcome. MashaAllah. My name is Rania Awaad. I am the director of the Rahmah Foundation and supervise the girls and youth arm of the Rahmah Foundation. For those who are not familiar with Rahmah, Rahmah was incorporated about 10 years ago now, mashallah. And it is a non-profit organization that was founded by women teachers, women who had gone, like myself, who had gone to study in various countries throughout the world and had returned, study their Islamic sciences, I should say. And when they returned, formed together to have a platform for women to teach other women and to teach girls. So that is the mission of the Rahmah Foundation. And through it, we've been doing girls programming, like these Friday night programs, like our summer camps, and also women programming, like our classes and workshops and conferences. Alhamdulillah. I hope all of you have been touched by Rahmah Foundation in one way or another, and perhaps some of our families have been touched many times over. Alhamdulillah. We ask for your continued dua and support. The group here, I'm just going to do a very quick introduction to the work that we do here on Friday nights in case it is new to all of you. This work was really something I had seen when I was studying in Damascus area. mashallah, no problem, in Damascus, Syria. I saw an amazing group of women teachers who really worked with other women and other girls to teach them their deen. And I found there are so many female role models who had mastered both the deen sciences but were fully in the dunya in terms of being able to have careers and jobs and being amazing mothers and wives and really do an amazing balance of what a Muslim woman ought to be. Someone who can balance the deen and dunya fully, and properly. And that is what inspires the work that we do here, that our girls are embedded in the deen sciences and are really identity is what we're working on here, the Muslim identity as a Muslim girl, that they feel very much connected to the deen, connected to the masjid, connected to each other in sisterhood. And so our main goal is sisterhood, and our second main goal is growing the love of the Prophet ﷺ and the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the hearts of these young girls. As you know, we start from age 4, our frogs and bunnies, who are going to be joining us next. And we go, yes, frogs and bunnies. And then we have the groups divided by age going forward. So after that come the rainbows, then the busy bees, then the rosebuds, and then finally our high schoolers, who are the birds of paradise. And so these groups span the entire age range, up until a girl from when she is a toddler, all the way until she enters college. Alhamdulillah, becomes a woman and then joins us in our women's programming. So alhamdulillah, we're very honored to showcase to you tonight what the girls have been working on consistently every Friday night for the last year now. And they're very excited to show you as well. So we ask for your participation and that we keep our voices down, right girls? You know, as much as you're very excited, we're going to listen to each and every group that comes up here to present. We ask the parents to please stay for the duration of the program and not have your kid finish and then take them off because that disrupts the flow. We have a couple important things after each group will be presenting. We will be breaking from Maghrib within about a half hour or so and returning to do the remainder of our program. And at the conclusion of the program, we do a group picture, so we'd really like your daughters to be part of that group picture for the year of 2018. They will receive their gifts, and then everybody is invited to have partake in the potluck dinner, inshallah. So we hope you'll stay here for the entire duration. Again, we're honored to have the parents here. And a quick introduction to our frogs and bunnies who are ready to join us. Yes, inshallah. They are the 4- and 5-year-olds, and they are going to be presenting some Quran and Nasheed to you today. They're so cute, inshallah. And as the theme says, frogs and bunnies, these are 2 characters, Froggy and Bunny, and they learn through all kinds of character development with the proper traits of a Muslim or Muslimah should be through these puppet characters. And they focus on Quran, they focus on learning and building their sisterhood together, and they also focus on moral development as is age appropriate for this toddler level. So something I'll share throughout the night is how my teachers have come up with this model. It is age appropriate and thematic, meaning that these very, very cute, mashallah, frogs and bunnies, it's based on the toddler age of what a toddler at that stage can actually understand about the deen and understand about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not overwhelming them with anything that is above their age range. So we're going to showcase a little bit tonight. You guys ready? Yes? Inshallah. So please give them your undivided attention.
Subhanallah.
These are our first, second, and third graders. This year, the Rainbows group has been focusing on the 99 names of Allah. They've been focusing on songs related to Wudu and Salah. They've also been focused on thankfulness to Allah and how to show thankfulness to their parents. And they've also been focusing on the qualities and characteristics of a rainbow. So those qualities include having strong bonds of sisterhood and being good friends towards one another, being neat and clean. One of the aspects of a rainbow is that there's many different colors to a rainbow, but when they all come together, they make something that's very beautiful. So we've been focusing with the girls on how they're all different ages, but when they come together, there's beauty. They all come from different parts of the world, but together they make something beautiful. So here are the rainbows.
Sister.
Sorry. Everybody clap and cheer. Ready?
Everybody clap and cheer. The Rahmah Rainbow Girls are here. Takbir, Allahu Akbar. Takbir, Allahu Akbar. Takbir, Allahu Akbar.
Rainbow song. 1, 2, 3.
Assalamu alaikum. It's very nice to meet you. We are Team Rainbows too. If you're new, let us spell it out for you. Rainbows are literally radiant, respectful and righteous, assertive, ambitious, and always adventurous. Individuals whose imagination inspires the entire nation. Nice, nurturing, and neighborly. Because we believe in building visions boldly. All are optimistic, obedient, and orderly. Well-wishers, wandering this world. Sincere sisters, submission is our soul's sacred mission. So salam alaikum, welcome to the crew. We are Team Rainbows, what about you?
Follow on 1, 2, 3.
Takbir. Aren't they awesome? Good job, Team Rainbow. Thank you for being part of our crew. MashaAllah. So just to fill in a little bit while we're bringing on our next group, inshallah. As we were sharing earlier, some of the most important aspects of developing a program that is for girls specifically, and really is age appropriate for each and every stage and age that they're in, requires that the work is for, really takes into account emotional abilities, intellectual abilities, social abilities, and also religious understanding of each and every age group. We believe here that if we overwhelm our girls, can we get some quiet please? Girls, quiet please. Thank you. That if we overwhelm our girls with too much information about Islam at the wrong ages and the wrong time, it could actually be detrimental to them. So if we start with our frogs and bunnies, we don't talk about, for example, things that are too metaphorical for them to understand. But as we go forward into the age groups, they have more and more understanding, and we fill in the gaps of that Islamic understanding. MashaAllah. So here we have our busy bees, and our busy bees, just like the name entails, are very, very busy, mashallah. They're very excited to share with you their nasheed tonight, but also to keep in mind that they're just like little bees in a hive who have several components that they work on all through the year. And in those components, they work together really wonderfully in order to produce the outcome, which is very useful honey that is a shifa and a healing to people. So I hope that you'll see that through their group effort and work tonight, and we're really excited to have you with us, Busy Bees.
Sister.
Alhamdulillah wa shukru lillah. Alhamdulillah wa shukru lillah. Azka salati wa salami li rasulillah. Azka salati wa salami li rasulillah. Salli wa sallim Allah ala muallim Allah. 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 Ahmad Muhammad ya Sidi khair al-bariyah. Ahmad Muhammad ya Sidi khair al-bariyah. Alhamdulillah wa shukru lillah. Alhamdulillah wa shukru lillah. Azka salati wa salami li rasulillah. Azka salati wa salami li rasulillah. Alhamdulillah wa shukru lillah. Alhamdulillah wa shukru lillah. Azka salati wa salami li rasulillah. Azka salati wa salami li rasulillah.
Thank you, Busy Bees, mashallah. Next up is our 6th grade Rosebuds group, and they'll be doing some poems and some artistic presentations of some paintings that they did recently. Sixth grade Rosebuds, are you ready? So the girls have been talking a lot about diversity and what makes each of them unique and how they can come together and work as a team. Along this theme, they come up with some poetry and some canvas paintings that they want to share with you.
My name is Natasha, and this is my Rosebuds grade 6 class. Our general theme in our class was a theme of diversity, sisterhood, and modesty. Our class chose this theme because we think these themes are important, we value these themes, and we love how diverse we are. Our poets are Layla and Selma and Safa. Selma and Layla's poem is about wearing hijab, while Safa's poem is about kindness.
Kindness has a way of lifting our spirit. It's huge and bright and full of light, like a star that glows in the darkest night. This star is a mix of love, friendship, and right. It holds fun, friendliness, and company. It's the biggest star in the galaxy. When we do something kind, the star grows bigger and more bright. And as we learn wrong from right, we come to love the star of burning light, which is the kindness star.
We don't want girls to feel afraid and embarrassed to wear hijab. We want to encourage females to express hijab. We admit it, wearing hijab in public can be and is difficult. But we shouldn't be embarrassed, we should be proud. We are Muslims. by Selma and Layla. More than one stare, more than one glare. All because we choose to cover our hair. We were nervous at first. The stares, the glares, they made it worse. But we held our heads high for a love in the sky. Islam is a beautiful religion. We didn't deserve this criticism. And now we feel unique. Our hijabs are unfree. We ignored the stares, brushed off the glares. We follow Islam like our Prophet alayhi salam.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sarah, and today for our painting section of our presentation, we have Sabrine. Then we have our group painting with Lena, Marjan, and Sri. These paintings show how our painters feel about the theme of sisterhood.
My name is Sabrine, and my painting has a specific elements to show up and show the modesty. And the background is a bit messed up and blurry to show how the world around you may not be the best, but you have to learn how to deal with it. And also, her mouth doesn't show because she knows that if not everything is perfect, you have to try to brush it off and just see the bright things in life. Bullies don't matter, and you should just live your life in happiness.
Hi, my name is Marjan. Hi, my name is Lena. Hi, my name is Serene. And our theme for our paintings are diversity. So my piece of diversity represents how a lot of people are unique and they like art and they can be very creative, but at the same time, the background is all mixed up and colorful to show how each person may be different in their own style.
My piece of art represents that not everyone's perfect and everyone makes mistakes, and that's why there's this patch here that eventually when you make those mistakes they'll patch up and eventually go away.
My picture represents how everyone has flaws and it's okay to have flaws. In fact, you should be proud of your flaws. Flaws are something that make you unique. If everyone were the same, then life would be boring. Be unique and embrace your flaws because flaws make up you and you are amazing.
The topic of sisterhood is really important to us. We hope that you agree. Our Rosebuds class is from all over the world. We love our differences. We work together to create this performance. We hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Our next group will be the Rosebud 7th grade. So the 7th grade Rosebuds have a poem that they wrote together, and they have some poster presentations that go along with the poem. Come to the stage, girls. So this year the 7th graders have been working on the themes of gratitude, showing proper interactions with their parents, wearing hijab, and friendship.
Strong bonds between loyal girls, independent, sincere, and luminous pearls.
Safety is felt when we are united. The bonds of trust will forever be ignited.
Encouraging each other is a must in this time.
Relying on these supportive friends of mine,
Hijab ennobles who we are.
Our hearts and minds will carry us far.
Our goal in life is to succeed. Destined for greatness, we are indeed.
would hope. Thank you, girls. Thank you. We have one more presentation from our Rosebud 7th grade.
So throughout this year, we began to raise money for Sadaqa. We raised money for Sadaqa, and we decided to give this money towards Nisa Foundation. And Nisa Foundation is basically a foundation for an organization for families and women that have been drawn to domestic violence. And we decided to give this towards the organization because us girls, we need to like show sympathy to other girls too, to act for kindness, and we would like to give this money towards Sister Saha if she's here, and we would like to give her her blessing and give her the Halaqa, and yeah.
Mashallah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, 7th grade Rosebuds, mashallah. And your donation will be given to the Nisa Foundation, inshallah. Sister Saha is also one of the therapists of the Khalil Center, and we have a partnership with the Nisa to offer therapy and care for all of the clients for Nisa. So we will make sure that she receives that and that all your generous donations, the entire class, gets to the foundation, inshallah ta'ala. With that, I really hope you have seen a little bit about the strength of sisterhood that has happened here. Inshallah, this is not just words, but many of your experiences as parents, you tell me and tell Sister Amina, our beloved coordinator, who we could not do anything without, mashallah, that you, yes. Mashallah. She likes to sit in the background, but she really is the heart of everything. Mashallah. I wanted to say that that we really feel really blessed to know from the parents that their daughters every Friday kind of say, we want to go, we want to go, we want to come. And I think that's a symbol of really wanting something very special that's happening here week in and week out about forming of the sisterhood. So many of the girls and groups have touched on it. And we are not yet quite done with our program. I realize that Maghrib is coming in soon, but I did want to share with you a couple of things. That this idea of growing bonds of love and bonds of sisterhood amongst them is something that we know in development of youth is incredibly important, especially for girls and especially for their self-confidence as they get older. Whether or not they are visible as Muslims, the deen comes from the inside and pours itself out. So what's important here is that they support each other from all their diverse backgrounds and all different walks of life and all spectrum of Islam that they are currently on and their families are on, mashallah. And with that, I think it's incredibly important to fall back on a peer group that is Muslim, so that when they are surrounded by folks who are not Muslim and many friends who are not, that they always have this Muslim group that they fall back on that is always going to be like their rock, that is always there and supportive for them. And from there, there's girls that become their friends and stay their friends. So when we start from age 4 all the way through high school and into college, and from the girls who have actually graduated from our programs, come back and taught in our programs, and are currently in college, married and beyond, they will tell you that some of their very best friends were found here in this program. So we pray, inshallah, that that's something that Allah puts barakah in. We ask for your continued support, that you continue to bring the girls now that you're involved in Rahmah. I know that Sister Amina has our box here of donations that we're going to pass around. We usually do this at the end of the year to help cover any expenses and costs, especially for the programming that we put in, the gifts that we bring, and so on. This is a very low-cost program, so that it's open doors for everybody and anybody who would like to come in. But with that, there are expenses, so we ask for your continued donations, inshallah ta'ala. And we still have Rosebud's 8th grade group and our high school group to still present, and also our concluding presentation, special presentation as well, that's going to happen at the very end. But I think this is a good time to go ahead and have everybody prepare for their Maghrib prayers, because it shall be in about a few minutes. So if you don't have wudu, feel free to go ahead and get that wudu taken care of. And once, especially right after Maghrib, we ask you to come immediately back in, because we have the remainder of our program. Please don't go anywhere. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
These girls just celebrated with the graduation party, because next year they'll officially be high schoolers and they'll be in the Birds of Paradise group. So they had a lovely party down the road a couple of weeks ago. Throughout this year, they spent time focusing on Islamophobia, male-female interactions, and they spent an extra amount of time focusing on peers and determining what makes a good friend, what is a bad friend, and how do you separate yourself from someone who you deem no longer to be someone who is supporting you in the right direction. So here are the 8th grade rosebuds.
While our rosebuds are coming up to the stage, and if you notice, we had 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade rosebuds. So in years past, we used to group them in one group, and now they're in 3 different groups so that it's even more specific and age appropriate. So these are our 8th graders, mashallah. And just to let you know, while we're having the presentation, Amina has started to send around the donation box, so when it comes your way, please be generous to the Rahmah Foundation and all the girls programming. Thank you. All right, girls, we're excited to hear what you have for us.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Andrea and I will be representing the 8th grade rosebuds. Today they will be sharing out poems and speeches.
So, my name is Marjan Habib. I feel like I am a superhero, but not a superhero at the same time. Well, I mean, superheroes live double lives, so I guess that explains it. Because I'm a Muslim girl going to a Catholic school. A Muslim girl going to a Catholic school coming from Southern California. A Muslim girl coming from a Catholic school, coming in 8th grade, the last year of the school. So you can imagine how hard that is. And then, cherry on top. The kids in my class are so rowdy. Like, they talk all the time. Like, they cannot physically stop talking. And I thought, what the heck am I going to do now? What am I going to do? I had no game plan. So I grew closer to Allah. I did more salah, alhamdulillah, and I started to read Quran a bit more. Even if Quran was a bit hard to understand and hard to read, I still pushed through. And now I read a little bit every day. And I learned that Allah is my protector, not only my creator. He has many other things. He has 99 names. And all of them are powerful in some way. Basically, to conclude, I'll just say that if it weren't for Allah, I wouldn't be standing here saying this. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, assalamualaikum everybody. Okay. Great people do great things. Now, I may not always be great, and my actions may not be great, but at least I learned great things. Most of these great things come from this halaqa. When I first came here, none of my intentions were great, I must admit. I was just ready to have fun, talk with some girls who weren't really listening, and possibly pick up stuff, IDK. But after some time here, all that changed. I was excited to talk. Not for the talk time for class, the time when everyone's distracted and I can slack off. I was excited about learning important life lessons and building an unbreakable trust with others. I actually picked up on stuff and I still had fun, which is kind of surprising. I feel like I can trust my peers and teachers, and no one complains when I vent or if I had a bad day or week. I learned how to deal with Islamophobia, and boys, and prayer, and boys. Mostly boys. I learned so many great things and met so many great people. DC was great, and I hope next year will be great too.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Rachel, and I'll be sharing a poem about my hijab. My hijab is beautiful, my hijab is great, but when people ask, it makes wearing it a difficult task. I always ask Allah to not let people think I'm hiding behind some kind of mask. There's only so many questions and concerns. All I can do is ask Allah in return. What should I listen? What should I forget? It's all to do with my intentions and mindset. This is my hijab. No matter what people have to say, I'm ready. I'm here to wear my hijab every day. No one can pull it off. No one can stop me because Allah has made me completely capable, confident, and free.
I've been in the Rahmah program since I was 8 years old, and this has been one of my most beneficial years. The program has taught me what it means to be a Muslim woman and has given me a place where I can meet new people and learn new things. I connected with people who are going to encourage me to keep up with my faith rather than stray away from it. This is where I learned surahs and how to pray. I became more comfortable in the hijab and realized what it meant to wear it. Coming here every Friday and over the summers, I was always reminded of my faith when in everyday life it can be easy to stray away from it. When I was younger, this was something my parents forced me to do, but over the years, I look forward to coming here and meeting with my sisters to help me become a better person.
Sorry, hold on one second, okay? Please, girls, there's a lot of mumbling and talking, and it's making it really hard to hear the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful poems and the words that the girls are saying. So please, everyone, absolutely quiet. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Rania and I'll be performing a speech. Halaqa as a word was very new to me when my mom approached me a couple of years ago. At first, I thought that it would just be a place where we learned Islamic history and study. I absolutely hated the idea of going to yet another school-like place. So my Halaqa classes started and I would come down to the MCC and spend some time going through the sessions. After just a few days at Halaqa, I realized that it was not at all what I perceived studying would be. It was actually something I enjoyed and would look forward to every Friday. I love many things about the Halaqa time we spend as a group. It is not just a group, but a strong Islamic friendship circle. I feel like my teachers in Halaqa are people who I can trust and share my problems with. They teach me about the importance of Islam, and because of them, I now try to perform all my prayers. There are things that I learn here which I would totally be unaware of otherwise. For instance, how to deal with Islamophobia or culture and family values. Even after talking about such serious matters, we always find time to joke around and just have fun. I hope to continue being part of such a great group.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Turkey and I'll be reading you guys my poem. I am something, it is foolish to presume that everyone gives up in life. It is evident that I am a petal in green, lifeless petal. No longer can be said that we will not be unique. In the future, society will not change us. I do not succeed that only some will succeed in life. Experts tell me everyone is not special, but this will not be true in my era. Everyone on earth has a purpose. Once upon a time, I told you honesty is more important than perfection. I have my priorities straight. The world will know that. They will not change my mind. So in 30 years, I will tell my children, without a hurt, we are something. We are nothing. It is a lie, and makeup cannot cave in our emotion. I realize that may be a shock, but I am not worthless, and I refuse to believe that I am a nothing. And I thank all my teachers and sisters who sat here and all along. Thank you.
I would generally think that I am a good person, but even the best people have something to improve on. When I first came to this Halaqa, I knew Islam as a religion that must be followed, a rule even. I've been in this Halaqa for 2 years now, and I learned things here that I could never learn in a classroom. I learned that Islam is a lifestyle. I learned to love and accept a huge part of who I am. I now walk proudly through my school hallways, representing the best image of Islam that I can. Because making dua is not something I say before I eat or when I wake up. It is not something I recite without knowing the meaning to. Making dua is asking for help in times of need and being grateful for what Allah has given me. Making dua is something that comes from the heart. Because knowledge is that which benefits, not that which is memorized. I made friends here, Muslim friends that will help keep me on the straight path. My faith has become stronger, and I'm very proud of who I am.
alaikum. My name is Zahra, and I have been in the 8th grade I've been in the Rahmah Foundation for as long as I can remember. So, as a Muslim woman, I wanted to represent my religion in the proper way. I didn't want to act in a way that would make people doubt us or dress in a way that isn't appropriate. So ever since I've been going to Rahmah, I have learned many things about how to treat others and how to overcome Islamophobia and all these other challenges. I've made many good friends over the years who helped me remember what is permissible and what is not. I've really enjoyed my time here at Rahmah with my friends and teachers and hope to see them again next year, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sumaya, and well, I'm just going to be saying things off the top of my head because I didn't have enough time to write down what I was going to say. So I've only been with the 8th grade Rosebuds for 2 months. I know it's a short time, but I've grown very attached to them, and I think of them as my sisters. And I'd just like to thank my two very special people, my teachers, Sister Afra and Sister Danielle, for making this very interesting and fun experience. And yeah, can you all give them a round?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rosebuds, 8th grade, and their teachers, Sister Afra and Sister Danielle. MashaAllah. For all the young girls in the room, and for all the parents in the room, I hope you're seeing kind of as we go from stage to stage and group to group, how the girls mature and how their thinking processes. And I just want to reiterate that we as the organizers nor the teachers have any idea what they're going to say when they get on the stage. In case you think that we pre-screen what they say, we actually do not. Allahu Akbar. So I'm always as surprised as you are sitting here every year at the end of the year to see what comes out of their mouths, mashallah. But it's always phenomenal and amazing and really speaks to the goals that we have set here at the Rahmah Foundation of having strong bonds of sisterhood and growing that love of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also I want to tell you, before we bring up our last group, and then after that our special presentation, that as some of you know, but maybe not everybody knows, at the same time the girls are in their halaqas, the mothers of both the girls and the boys program attend a halaqa in this room on Friday nights. And for the moms who did not know that, we invite you next year to come join us, inshallah. And I think it's incredibly important that what is taught in the girls' halaqa is reiterated and taught in the women's halaqa, so that all these beautiful and wonderful lessons are re-emphasized at home. Because you can't only grow in 2 hours one time a week, nor can you be Muslim 2 hours one time a week, mashallah. As all of you know, it's an ongoing process. And so I've been really touched to have the mothers here as well, and all the growth that has happened with the women too. So alhamdulillah, as you can see, it's a very comprehensive program going from our little bitty girls all the way through the ages of womanhood, alhamdulillah. And with that, on that note, we'll bring up our final group, our Birds of Paradise. The Birds of Paradise, come on over guys. The Birds of Paradise are the only group that actually named themselves. The other groups were all named by my teacher, who had come up with very specific name groups, rainbows and busy bees and rosebuds. But the Birds of Paradise are self-named, and they are our high schoolers. So welcome to our Birds of Paradise. And please keep our voices up. Make sure you guys come forward to that little microphone.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are the Birds of Paradise group, a class consisting of mostly high school students. The topic we will be discussing today is akhirah. As humans, we wake up in the morning for school or work. We're all driven by different things. I want the biggest house, the nicest car, the newest phone. Materialism has driven our society past its limit. We have come to value tangible items, thinking they will make us happy, the things that we can physically touch and see. As Muslims in a time of great modernization and progression, it is essential that we remember our akhirah. Now, I would like to add that my version of akhirah will be different than yours, the same way that my worldly desires are different than yours. If I were to ask you to design a home for yourself in which you will live out the rest of your life, how would you go about it? Would you leave the last minute details, the main things that you want, to the last day? Would you just hope that I will somehow manage to conjure up what you want without any actions from your part? In the same way, our daily actions are what is building our akhirah. Our Prophet ﷺ stated, "You will die the way you live."
Today is overcast. The sun is hidden behind the golden hills. I'm a 19-year-old Muslim girl who came from the deepest pits of Detroit, Michigan. My name is Alea. At times, and by that I mean all the time, I feel lost in this place, like an innocent lamb stuck in a group of hungry wolves. I work day and night to make a living, and when I do have time to rest, I question my need for living, my need in this dunya. Sometimes I wonder if the conditions I live in now is because of a mistake on my part sometime in the future or in the past. Often I feel like the whole world is against me, but I don't know why I'm being haunted this way. I do my dark brown hair in a messy bun, throw my bag on my shoulder, and walk out the broken, yet memorable door.
Assalamu alaikum. Our first question is, what does akhirah mean to you?
Akhirah means to stay on the right path and be successful for the hereafter.
Akhirah is a time, place, and reward we spend our lifetime working towards so we can prove ourselves to Allah and please Him.
Akhirah means that all of our actions that we've done affect that one day.
Akhirah to me means the end of this world.
Akhirah means the time we're all working toward.
Akhirah to me means to improve every day and have an impact on the people around me.
Akhirah is the purpose why we live on this earth. It will be the result in this dunya.
Akhirah for me is the life after this world.
To me, akhirah means forgetting everything that we're going through and focusing on the real goal, which is getting to Jannah, that we're inshallah going to get.
Akhirah is to go back to Allah in a state He is pleased with.
What is it like the hereafter? The world is just a covering, hiding from us the real thing. What we live for, act for, and wait for, the akhirah. Some of us turn a blind eye to the path. We all do at some point or another, but some more than others. God looks for that sincerity in us. For the light, even just a speck of it, He sees it in our heart. Then from that we will be judged and taken into account for our actions. We will get what we deserve, a reward or a punishment, and that will be our akhirah.
The second question is, what are your akhirah goals?
My akhirah goals are to practice patience and self-resistance, inshallah.
My akhirah goal is at the end of each day to take a moment to reflect on my day and forgive anyone who has wronged me, because you never want to have ill will for anyone in your heart.
My akhirah goal is to apply whatever good I learned to my life.
My akhirah goal is to keep good and clean intentions. My akhirah goal is to, inshallah, spend more time helping build my community and prosper.
My akhirah goal is to reflect and evaluate myself every day and use an effort to better myself every day.
My akhirah goal is to have unfathomable knowledge about my deen and our prophets.
My akhirah goals are to think before acting and refrain from anger.
My akhirah goal is to drink from the hands of the Prophet
My akhirah goal is to understand myself better so I can understand what God wants from me. I realize now I walked life's pathways with a hand over my eyes, tears seeping through the crevices of my fingers, stumbling without anything particular in mind, then disappointed when I ended up nowhere. I saw life as darkness, and there isn't much you can do in darkness. You can't even breathe, not real breathing, when you want to wake up and do things that make you kinder and happier and closer to God. I keep my eyes open now. I no longer hide behind my hands, living in a sort of trap I made myself. I see life as a stunning array of paths to choose from, some leading to dark corners and others to bright, sunny valleys. I choose to travel to places that are high up. They take climbing and tripping and deep breaths, but they have the most beautiful views and the most beautiful people you could ever meet. This is how I walk now. I walk in the direction of what God wants, a well-lit journey.
Okay, brothers and sisters, now we ask for you all to raise your hands in dua as our girls lead us in a group dua. Thank you.
O Allah, please guide us on the straight path, the path of those whom you favor, not the path of those who deserve your wrath. And Ya Allah, please let us be among those who are under the shade of your throne on the day of judgment. And Ya Allah, please let us drink from the hands of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Ya Allah, please always help me have good intentions. Make me a woman of my words and not just make intentions to do good, but to act upon as well.
Ya Allah, please make me a better person each day.
Oh Allah, please guide us all to the straight path.
Oh Allah, please forgive the sins of the believers on the day of judgment. Ya Allah, bring peace to our families and mothers in times of struggles and hardships.
Oh Allah, thank you for everything that you have blessed us all with. Please help us to become closer to you by reciting Quran and praying every day. Please help us to not be stressed out because we know that you will always be with us.
Ya Allah, thank you for everything you have given us and have not given us. Please give Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam tons of blessings. Ya Allah, we pray for you to give us health and wealth so we can use these advantages to better worship you, Ya Allah.
Ya Allah, please let us appreciate everything we have and let us fulfill the rights of our parents.
Ya Allah, please let us see the faces of every single person in this room again in Jannah. Amen.
Oh Allah, please make us people you love and your prophets love and the people of righteousness love.
Now everyone please recite Surah Al-Fatiha. Thank you.
MashaAllah. Thank you so much to our rosebuds. It's a paradise, excuse me.
Right now, I would like to call back to the stage Rahmah and Husna, please. Husna. Our Birds of Paradise teachers have a special presentation they would like to make.
Girls,
honey girls. We're almost done. Thank you so much for your patience. There are wonderful goodies and treats and lots of pizza waiting in the other room. But we need a few more moments of your undivided attention, okay? I really, really need you guys to quiet down, please.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Georgette, and I'm here with my co-facilitator, Amber.
Assalamu alaikum.
So this year we've had many amazing girls, but we would like to make a shout out to 2 girls in particular. One young lady has gone above and beyond by balancing Deen and Dunya. Throughout the Halaqa, she worked tutoring kids, excelling in AP classes, and being an active role model to her siblings. Despite her rigorous and tight schedule, she managed to make time to our Halaqa and be an active leader and participant. It's been a pleasure to see her flourish over the last 2 years.
The second young lady we want to shout out is a masjid pillar. She brings knowledge, maturity, and humor to our group. Always the first here and the last to leave, she sets an example for the younger girls through her hard work and pursuit of scholastic knowledge and her thirst for the deen. Always has words of wisdom to share, with the humility being one of her innate characteristics. It has been a pleasure to see both of them grow. Please welcome our college-bound future Triton and future Mustang, Husna and Rahmah. Takbir!
And Georgette, and to our seniors, yes, mashallah, we're heading to college. Alhamdulillah, they have both been with us for a long time, and many, many memories from the time that they were in middle school and into high school. Alhamdulillah. It is incredible to see the girls grow and blossom, nurture, give back, come back into the group and teach the younger girls. And inshallah, we wish them all success and tawfiq as they head into the next stage of their life, inshallah ta'ala. We now want to also, I want to actually say something really important because she never lets me do this, so I'm just going to put it in. Alhamdulillah. Sister Amina Abdullah, as you know, is our coordinator for the young Muslim halaqas. She is also the coordinator in our summer camps. And honestly, like I said earlier, the heart of our program, alhamdulillah, she knows the names of all your daughters and all the girls, and she's able to tell who goes where in which classroom around which part of this building, alhamdulillah. And with her, we actually probably couldn't survive. So we wanted to take a moment, please, and make dua for her and her children and her family for all the hard work with day in and day out, Friday in and Friday out, non-stop, alhamdulillah. Please take just a moment. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless her and her family and give them all kinds of khair in this dunya and in the akhirah. Ameen. And on that note, we have a couple of girls who want to come and actually say a couple of things as we're kind of bringing our program to the end. Come on over, girls.
Assalamualaikum. We have a special gift for Dr. Rania and Halaqa for everything they've done for us. This really wouldn't have been possible without them, and they're such amazing people. This is really truly an experience that you'll never forget, so we really just want to thank them for everything that they've done.
May the word of Allah give you Jannah.
feeling. Alhamdulillah. I did want to just point out that the group of ladies that came up are some of our teachers. And I did want to take a moment, actually, this is the part of the program, and we want to take a moment and thank all of our teachers. I hope you each have gotten to meet the ladies who run your girls' programs. In each class, there are 1 or 2 main teachers and several assistants. We have women teachers, mashallah, but we also have several college-age and school-age teachers as well who help us and our assistants. And they are wonderful. I have really the blessing to teach them before your girls come, so they come extra early to take their own class and Halaqa before they teach your girls their Halaqa. So they are very, very dedicated. They spend a good portion of Friday here at the masjid and also throughout the week planning. And as Khala Amin and I know on the WhatsApp text threads that they have back and forth deciding what crafts your girls will do this week, what events they're going to plan, what Qiyam al-Layl they're going to have. And just speaking of Qiyam al-Layl, I just want to put a quick note here that I've had the blessing to attend part of the Qiyam al-Layl for some of the groups. Sister Amina actually is here all night long into the next morning with the groups. Jazakallah khair. And it's always amazing to me. For example, the Busy Bees on your Qiyam, we had an amazing discussion. And they talked everything from girls, friends, bullying. They wanted parents. They had so many questions. We had this long Q&A that they were so excited to share all kinds of ideas. And then they had a fashion show and a talent show. And in that fashion show and talent show, I was amazed of the different talents our girls have. The beautiful voices, the lots and lots of gymnastic abilities. They were doing cartwheels in their fancy dresses nonetheless, up and down this room, up and down cartwheels, mashallah, and teaching each other gymnastic tricks. All of this before they had their prayer of Qiyam al-Layl. Alhamdulillah. And it was a very fun and enjoyable experience, right, Busy Bees? Alhamdulillah. I think if we told them we'd have a Qiyam tonight, they'd be here all night. Yes? I think so too. With the Birds of Paradise, I really enjoyed having a Q&A session with them as well, and much, deep questions. We had a box of questions that we went through and really discussed some pretty heavy things and important things and things that run through the minds of these young women who are now, blossoming into this next stage of life, serious things. And I think that that's what's important, that they have a place that feels safe, that they get solid, inshallah, Islamic knowledge, and they act upon that. You see there in their du'as and also in the discussion of what is akhirah, what are their goals, how advanced their thinking is, and really what they're hoping to do, which is we say, always have akhirah vision. Be here in the dunya fully, but absolutely have your sights on the akhirah. So I'm so pleased that that's what they chose to present to you, alhamdulillah. Our program would never be complete without you as parents, so we want to thank you. And we also want to thank our teachers. So we want to take a moment here and do thanks for each of them, so please bear with us while we do that.
Many of you contributed in the last week or so to gifts for the teachers, and jazakallah khair, we really appreciate it. We do have some cards and some gifts that we want to give to the teachers. I don't see the frogs and bunnies teachers here yet, so I'll start with the teachers of the older girls and kind of work our way down instead. So if Khala Georgette and Khala Amber could come to the stage, please. Call our Rosebuds teachers to the stage, please. Khala Afra, Khala Danielle, Khala Safa, and Khala Saniha. Our Busy Bees teachers. Khala Muslimah could not be here with us today. She's traveling out of the country, but we have Samia and Maryam. teachers, mashallah, you see as the groups get younger, the number of teachers increases. So we make sure that all the girls get the attention that they deserve. So our Rainbows teachers, Khala Mejdolene,
all you have to do is move this one back and forth. Oh yeah, adjust it.
and our Frogs and Buddies teachers, Khala Hanadi, Khala Rahmah. Buddies teachers. Jumana, Norohuda, Sadia, Aisha. For graciously hosting us every year, mashallah. At this point, we want to do a group picture with the girls. Okay, so we'll start with the older girls. Parents, you can stay and watch the group pictures if you like, or, oh wait, you know what, I need to put one more announcement. Yeah, okay. Let me make a quick announcement before we do the group pictures. Those of you interested in the summer camp, our registration will open tomorrow at noon for the girls camp and for the boys camp that Sheikh Rami does. The links to the registration will be on the MCC website. I will also be emailing out the link to the parents tonight. So if you're on the Young Muslims Camp email group, or if you're on the Rahmah Foundation email list, either way you'll get an email from me this evening with the link to register, and then registration will open at noon tomorrow for both of the camps, inshallah. Okay?
We also have a couple more announcements. Parents always want to know what's happening after this program ends. So a couple of things. Normally we take a break for Ramadan. And I hope, inshallah, for the women in the room that you'll join us for some very important dates, if you can keep them in mind. One of which is May 28th and June 1st. Those are going to be women qiyams. They'll be in this room on those nights after Taraweeh prayer is over. We'll have women's qiyam on both of those nights with lectures and prayer and so on until the time of suhoor. And we'll pray the fajr together and we'll head home. So that's what's happening immediately after this. After that, inshallah, as Ustadha Amina mentioned, our girls' camps open up. So we go from Friday evenings into the summer camps. And they will start at the last week of June and run all through the first week of August, inshallah ta'ala. So we hope your girls will enroll into those programs and continue to benefit from them. I also wanted to make a couple words. Ni'ma, yes, Ni'ma had an announcement for a fundraising campaign that's happening, and as did I, inshallah. So Ni'ma, come forward, we'll just make those announcements before we do the pictures.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nama. I'm a senior in high school at Hayward High School, and I'm the founder and president of our school's Muslim Student Association. So inshallah on May 25th, I'd like to invite you all to a fundraiser that my MSA and I are holding. Inshallah, we're going to be donating money to Syria through the Islamic Relief. It'll be a dinner. The location is still to be determined. It'll either be in our school's library or in our school's cafeteria. Inshallah, Khala Amina will send out an email and keep you guys updated. I just wanted to invite you all to that, and inshallah see you guys there. It'll begin at, the doors will open at 6:30 and the event itself will begin at 7. So inshallah, if you guys would be able to make it out, it'll be an iftar, and I would love to see you all there. If you can't make it, you guys can also, we're going to be collecting donations, so if you guys would want to meet me after this, and you can give me the money, and inshallah I'll put it with our funds for the fundraiser donations. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you, Nama. An example of all of the charitable work that our teens do, mashallah. Also, for those families who have been part of the Rahmah program for some years, although this is separate from the Rahmah Foundation, I have, many of us actually, women in this room, have been supporting an important project of an orphanage, a couple of orphanages actually that are in Syria. One is for boys and one is for girls. And the funds that you give go directly to, as a zakat, go directly to the children themselves for their education, clothing, food, and their Islamic education as well. And that is given as sadaqah, goes to actually building up the orphanage itself and making fixes to the buildings and so on and so forth. Those are actually in Syria. Those, though, are only collected by cash. And so for those who are interested in donating their zakat or donating any sadaqah to that project, you're welcome to see me afterwards. Those are hand-delivered to actually my teacher, who delivers them directly to the group that's organizing the orphanages, inshallah. So another possibility for diversifying your funds this Ramadan, inshallah ta'ala. I'll also be collecting funds during the Women's Qiyam. And I also wanted to announce for both men and women, there is a Ramadan lecture that I'll be doing at Hub 925 on June 2nd on the spirituality and keeping up our spiritual growth in Ramadan, and I welcome you all to attend that. I think that concludes our announcements, yes? Our announcements, alhamdulillah. So we announced our summer camp, so please register right away. They are going to be week-by-week registration, so you can register for whichever week that we would like your girls or your boys to attend the program. But they do fill up very quickly, and we get wait list right away, and families are always asking for spots. So please do not delay in registering your girls if you'd like them to attend this summer, or your boys.